In this video, you'll learn 75 of the best crossmap spots in Black Ops 6 Infected. All of those spots are made to have an easy lineup for you to use, where you'll be able to target the main camping spots of every map. I tried to get at least one corner-to-corner crossmap for every map, and in some cases I tried to be a bit more creative by targeting some very precise camping spot or some very narrow, very hard to hit crossmaps. But yeah, some of those spots are insane, so get your combat axe ready and let's get to Babylon. For this spot, you're going to target the corner of the camping spot. All you have to do is go left of this bag, line yourself up perpendicularly and go back as much as possible. If you're lined properly, you're going to see that line on this cloud. So if you aim just like I do and throw your tomahawk, you're going to land exactly in the corner of the camping spot. If you want to hit the other corner of the camping spot, just move to the right side of the bag, do the exact same thing. Look up, aim at the cloud, but this time look slightly to the right. If done properly, you're going to land exactly on the right side of the camping spot. To get the high camping spot in a cool way, you can go to this corner, and if you aim exactly in the middle of the pillar and line your crosshair with the bottom of that little line of cloud, you're going to be able to hit the high camping spot. And if you watch me try again, this time I'm going to bounce on the wall above them and then hit the camping spot. As a little bonus spot, if you want to get those guys that are always camping behind this wall, all you have to do is go inside this room, place yourself between the water and those little cables, and if you look straight up, you should be able to land exactly behind the wall. As you can see, the tomahawk landed exactly behind the wall. And don't forget that you can use your compass to line yourself perfectly where someone is. For Barrage, this next spot is going to allow you to hit all of this big area if you want. All you have to do is go on this container, line yourself with the plank, you don't have to be precise, and we are going to use this broken building as our lineup. So for example, if you spotted an enemy there with the compass, all you have to do is line up the bottom of your crosshair with the line, and you're going to land exactly on them. Same example now, but let's say the person is on this yellow ping. As you can see, I also land exactly on them. If you want to hit that rock area that is a bit higher, you can use that little cloud. All you have to do is line up the bottom of your crosshair with the top of the cloud. And if done correctly, you should land exactly on the spot. For this next spot, you're going to be able to hit the other side of the map and more precisely the top of those containers. First, go on top of that pile of dirt in front of the bulldozer and then place your crosshair slightly to the right of the corner of the building. And lastly, place the bottom of your tomahawk in the middle of the cloud. And if you do a jump throw, you should be able to hit the container. I tried to find some bounty spots, but as you can see, it's like clearly impossible. There's just big building all around, so cross mapping is clearly not doable. The only thing you can do is be right next to the camping spot where they all are, and you can sort of throw your tomahawk in the sky and it's going to land on the camping spot, but because you're right next to them, it's not really that impressive or that any good. Next up is dealership, and this spot is very cool. You're going to be able to get the people on top of this truck from the other corner of the map. First thing you want to do is go in the corner of this truck, and if you watch closely in the sky, there's going to be a little gap in the cloud. All you have to do is line up the bottom of your crosshair with the top of that gap while aiming a bit more to the right. If done correctly, you're going to land on the truck. Let's follow the ping. Okay. If I go like that, I should get him. I'm a bit too far left now. No, I'm nice. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. Like, I will line myself with that cloud, but yeah, that's like that, yeah. Now, if you want to do the reverse, it is possible. It's also a tiny bit more tricky. First thing you do is go in this corner, look up and line your crosshair with the left side of this flag. Look further up and this time line the middle of your crosshair with that little line that cloud does. Again, if done correctly, you should land on the top of the truck. For Derelict, if you want to target this side of the map, all you have to do is go in this little corner and you just have to aim above that big cloud that you can see. If done correctly, you're going to land exactly where they all are. And you can always aim left or right, depending on where the survivors are, and still reach them. If you want to get the middle window, all you have to do is line yourself up perpendicularly to that brick, and if you look up, you're going to see two branches. Line the bottom of your tomahawk with the little one, while you're vertically at the tip of the longer one. If done correctly, you should land inside the middle camping spot. For extractions, there's multiple ways to reach that helipad or other spots, and I'm going to start by the top spawn area. All you have to do is go next to this desk and simply line up the bottom of your tomahawk with that corner. All you have to do is aim at the red pings on your compass at the top of the screen, and if done correctly, you should land exactly on the helipad. Oh, that guy is like further. Like that. Okay, should be getting him. Should be getting him. You can also reach the right side of the tower from the top spawn. The spot is a bit weird though, as you can get spawn killed. So a safe way is to go on this little dot, and as long as you crouch, they won't be able to shoot you. And if you look in the gap of this specific cloud, that will make the tomahawk land on the platform. Now, if you want to get the helipad spot from the left spawn, it's super easy. All you have to do is go on this wall and just aim right at the top of this line of cloud. Again, you can use the ping on your compass to know where to aim left or right. And if done correctly, you're going to land on the helipad. Nice! You can also target the tower from the left spawn. So if you go on the corner left of that vent, and you look at those fans, aim a bit right to them, while you line up your crosshair with that big white cloud, you should be able to land inside the tower. That first spot is designed for you to hit the left side of the tower, so if you want to hit further towards the stairs, go on the right side and in the middle of the same vent, but this time aim at the middle of those sort of like little white vents, while keeping the same lineup with the left cloud, and if done correctly, you should be able to land at the far back of the stairs. I also have a little spot if you want to get people that are camping on this sort of area at the top of the stairs. If you go at the far back of this strip line, just like I do, and line up the bottom of your tomahawk with that little antenna while being centered on the window, and you do a sort of like 1 second sprint jump, you should be able to land exactly at the top of the stairs. For firing range, you have a very easy corner to corner cross map. All you do is go on that corner, aim below that little branch that's sticking out, and you should be able to land at the far back. Another very easy spot to target the people on the tower is jumping on top of that little wood thing and lining up your crosshair on that little sort of bump on the cloud, and if done correctly, you'll always hit the back corner of the camping spot. Nice, yeah, okay. If you want to target the tents that people camp on sometimes, you can go to this corner. And you'll have to aim at that sort of area. I don't know how to describe it except like showing it to you. But if you let the top of your crosshair stick in a tiny bit into the cloud, you should be able to hit the tents. Fringe is, I think, one of the longest cross map and surprisingly enough an easy one. All you have to do is go in this corner, which is like most of the time the infected spawn, and you need to aim at the corner of this cloud. Once your crosshair is approximately on this spot, you need to run for a solid 2 seconds and do a jump throw. If done correctly, you should land on the bridge, and depending on how long you run, you might land at the front of the bridge or at the back. Something that can also happen is that your tomahawk can land on the metal beams on top of the bridge and make you miss your throw. Very easy. This one is like a bit sad that I'm struggling a bit more to hit this one, but I'm going to get it right. Yeah. This next spot is to target this truck where a lot of people camp. So first thing you have to do is go in this corner And then make sure you line up perfectly with that barn as you can see. So when you look up, you use those two corners to line yourself up and you just have to aim below the cloud. And if you do that correctly, you're going to land exactly inside the truck. And you just do that and you should be able to... Yeah. There's also an easy way to get people that are camping behind that truck in mid. All you have to do is go behind this little box, make sure you're on the right side, and simply look straight up and throw your tomahawk. If done correctly, you're going to land exactly behind the truck. Fugitive have a very straightforward corner-to-corner spot, so if you want to target those people, all you have to do is sort of follow this line of the cloud that I'm showing you. It's sort of hard to explain, but once you use the spot a few times, it's going to be very natural to aim there. And once you know where to aim, take a few steps back, run up until the truck and do a jump throw. If done correctly, you're going to be able to land at the very back. If you want to target the middle camping area, head back to the truck we were on just before, place yourself in this corner, and you're going to be aiming at that little blue circle while making sure your crosshair is lined up in that little blue slit. And there's two ways to do it. You can put the middle of your crosshair between the cloud and the sky, or you can put the top of your crosshair between the cloud and the sky. The one that I pinged is the second one, and the second one is going to land in the furthest area, while the first one that I threw is going to land a bit in front. So you can sort of target all of that wide area with the same spot. This next spot is going to target people camping on that truck, and it can be a tiny bit inconsistent. You need to go to the other corner of the map and get on that railing. To get the angle perfectly, you need to make sure that your left foot is closer to the wall than your right. Then, if you pay attention, there's like 3 little lines on the wall, and you need to be behind the last one if you're looking straight down. Then, simply look up following that black line on the wall, and line the bottom of your tomahawk crosshair with the barbed wires. You need to do a jump throw, and while in the air, make sure you walk forward. If done correctly, you're going to land on the truck. Don't move, police, please. Yes! This grind spot will get the people at the far back and is also relatively easy. Just go in that corner, line yourself with that cloud, look a bit more left and do a run jump throw. If done correctly, you're going to land at the far back. If it's not far enough, you can sprint a bit longer. This spot is going to target people that are camping there. So if you go in that corner and you look up and line yourself exactly like I do with the cloud, you'll be able to land exactly on the camping spot. Nice! Hacienda is a bit annoying as corner-to-corner crossmap are possible, but I haven't found a reliable way to get one. So you can copy the one I did between the antennas, but I don't promise anything. But if you want a way to aim at the back corner without bonking on the building, you can go here, and there's a tiny little cloud barely visible. Aim at it, throw your tomahawk, and you're going to always land in the back right corner. There's also a spot to easily target the top of this truck where a lot of people camp. All you have to do is go in front of this gate, and an easy way to always go in the right placement is approaching from the right. You'll then need to place the center of your crosshair at the top of the whitest part of the cloud, just like I do, and if done correctly, you're going to land on the truck. This haven spot is going to target people that are on the bottom left of the map. Simply go in this corner, and once there, you'll have to line up with the left side of the center window. And if you look correctly, there's going to be a bluer part of the cloud. Just line the bottom of your crosshair with the blue part. If done correctly, you're going to land below the statue. But I do have a spot that allows you to land at the top of the statue. Go in this corner, look forward, and make sure you're pressing back and left. This is very important. If you don't press those while throwing your tomahawk, it's going to get stuck. Then line your crosshair with the top of those flowers while staying in the middle. If done correctly, this time the tomahawk is going to bounce on top of the roof and land above the statue. This spot, not at all stolen from a friend and repurposed to be better, is going to land exactly on the people camping behind the wall. All you have to do is go mid and place yourself right behind that black faucet thing. This time you'll need the pings in order to line yourself properly, or you can do like me in the video, but if done correctly, you should land right behind the wall. Just make sure you don't target the people the furthest right, as the walkway at the top is going to catch the tomahawk and you're going to miss. But as long as you target the people a bit further left, you're going to land exactly on them. Hideout sort of got a spot which is like a 55 in 1, where you can sort of target a lot of different spots. Just go in this corner, but make sure you don't go facing forward like I do, otherwise you're going to slide off. If you back out into the spot, you're going to see that you get stuck in the corner. For the first spot, line the bottom of your crosshair with the top of this white stuff and do a jump throw. The tomahawk is going to land on top of this container plus bounce, so it might get people behind. Still lined up the same way, if you sort of like follow the pings, a sprint jump throw will always land at the far back corner. That's like a good thing to go for, yeah. Like making it less redundant. Very smart. Let's go Crossmap! So let's say I want to aim at someone on the yellow ping. All I have to do is line myself up, look towards the yellow ping and do the same throw. If you want to aim at the people camping in the middle containers, you have to line yourself with the clouds the same way I do. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'll just show you on screen. But yeah, if done correctly, you're going to land in the mid spot. I'll be honest, Jackpot is also a map where I didn't find that many spots, but if you want to target the right side, you can go next to this wooden thing, aim above this cloud and throw your tomahawk. It's going to land in the far back of the camping spot. For the other side of the map, so right to left, you can stand on any of these flat square areas. And if you look up, there's going to be a lonely cloud, and same as before, just aim in the middle of it and look left or right depending on the pings, and if done correctly you should be able to land at the far back. The issue with both sides is that they're so wide that the probability of hitting someone is super unlikely. Lowtown on the other end have so many good spots. If you want to target those people at the very back, all you have to do is stand on this ledge, aim in between the antenna and the lampshade, and if you aim at 100 on the compass or relative to where the red pings are, you should be able to reach the far back area. There's also a way to reach into that camping spot window. You need to reach this corner of the map and stand right in front of this wheel. And then you need to line yourself up as follows. Your crosshair needs to be lined up with the 4th tile on this roof and line up to the second to last tile on this window. So if you do it correctly, it should look like this. So again, if done correctly, you're going to land right inside the camping spot. For Nuketown, you can target the back left corner and the back right corner from the same spot. If you go in this corner and aim above this little chimney thing while lining up at the top of the left cloud, you're going to be able to land at the far back corner. Et de gauche, tu vois. T'as Crossmap qui atterrit au fond à gauche. There you go. And if you want to target the right side, it's also super easy. You do the exact same thing but aiming at the right chimney thing. Once again, if done correctly, you're going to land on the right corner. As you can see there, I tried to follow the pings, so I moved my aim a bit more left. If you want to target people that are camping behind this truck, all you have to do is go behind this bush, line yourself on the middle of it, so don't go too close to the wall, look straight up and simply line yourself with the ping that are shooting. If no one is, you can try to line the top of your crosshair with the little line I zoomed down. Just make sure you don't aim too far left or you'll land out of the map. Like you go there, you go a bit more left, aim like that, and you maybe get a kill. And you get a kill. For the other side of mid, so behind that car, you can go behind this wall and stand right at the back of the planks that are placed. And same as earlier, just look straight up, throw your tomahawk following the ping, and you should get behind the car and someone. Payback is a very special one for me because it took me so long to find the angle to reach inside that window from the other side of the map. You first need to jump on this car and go in this corner like I do. And then when looking up, you need to line your crosshair vertically with that right side of the wall and line the bottom of it with that little hill. Just make sure you aim slightly above the hill and not exactly on it. And make sure to throw the tomahawk at the highest point of your jump, otherwise you're going to hit the roof of the middle building. Carp. Yes! For protocol, you can easily target the helipad and even the little rock spot. All you have to do is go to the same spot I'm showing you. And then once there, if you want to target the rock, you need to line the middle of your crosshair with that higher part of the tower and move your crosshair left up until the bottom of it touches the wire. And you're going to land close to the center of the rock. Obviously, people aren't going to be exactly on this spot every time. So here is a variant to target people that are a bit further on the rock. If you want to target the bottom of the helipad, all you have to do is aim at the right side and this time line the center of your crosshair at the bottom of the second square while the top touches the wire. And once again, if done correctly, you're going to land at the back of the helipad. Okay, no, wait. Nice! Even though there's some easier ways to get this spot on rewind, I'm going to show you a nice spot from that corner. First, make your way up on that little fence. Once you're positioned just like me, look up and line yourself vertically with that line on this wall. And if you look into the sky, you're going to see a little gap in the cloud. Just line the top of your crosshair in between the end of the sky and the start of the cloud. And if you line up properly, you're going to land on top of the camping spot. There's also a spot if you want to aim at this corner, which is kind of a mess spot, but that's all I could find. So go into this corner and aim at the leaves, the same way I do. And if done correctly, you're going to land at the far back, bouncing on the trash. For Runway, you're going to be able to hit that camping spot from two different angles. First, go on this rock next to this tank and you're going to line up the bottom of your tomahawk with that piece of debris and that rock. If done correctly, you're going to land on the left side of the camping spot. Now, if you want to hit the right side of the camping spot, all you have to do is get on this corner next to the nose of the plane. Make sure you really hit the corner and then simply look up and line your tomahawk vertically with that corner while making sure the center of your tomahawk is lined up with this corner. Once you throw your tomahawk, it's going to land on the right side of the camping spot. For Scud, two ways to hit mid with a sky throw. First, go behind this wall, crouch, look straight up, line yourself with the ping, and you should land in the middle camping spot. Okay.
No matter.
I should get someone. Yeah. Second way, if you spawn on this area, go in front of those bags. Again, look straight up, line yourself with the ping, and it should land inside the middle. Their skill is so much worse than I should go against. Well. Maybe it's like, do you play like too early or like too late? Stupid behavior and low MMR. Yeah! For the corner-to-corner cross-map aiming at this corner, there is two ways. First, go to this corner and simply aim above the black cloud as you can see. Not really an insane spot, as you can always aim a tiny bit higher and a tiny bit lower and it should work. Second one is go in that corner of this tank. Again, line the bottom of your crosshair above that black cloud while making sure you look above the rebar. Now for Shutdown, if you want to target this camping spot, you can go to this area of the map and line yourself in the middle of this control panel. Then simply look up and line the top of your crosshair with the circle on top of the windows. And if done correctly, you're going to land in that corner where a lot of people are. Next up, we're going to get this window from the other side of the map. First, go on the right side of this corner and mantle up without moving. Then, when looking up, make sure you're aiming in the middle of that section of the wall, as you can see. And then line the bottom of your crosshair with that little thin cloud. And if done correctly, you should land inside the window. Just so you know, this spot is very inconsistent, so you might struggle to get it. Now for Skyline. This is arguably the easiest cross map you can get in all of BO6. First, go in this corner on top of those plants, and then simply line the top of your crosshair with that line of cloud. And if done correctly, you're going to land on the helipad. I mean, are we going to see the kill cam also? Yeah, we are. Bonk. Bon, Subsonic is also a small map, so there's not that much variety I can do. So the best you can do is a corner to corner cross map. So all you have to do is go in this corner, line the top of your tomahawk with that straight line of cloud, and you should get someone camping at the back.
He is low on life. Hostile reinforcements are low.
Vault is very interesting because you have two windows, and I'm going to show you how to cross map both. For the right window, you need to place yourself just like me in the corner of this van, line yourself vertically with that little plant, and when looking up you're going to see two clouds intersecting. Place the corner of your crosshair in the point they intersect, and if done correctly you should land inside the window into the camping spot.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh.
For the left side window, there is two ways, and I'm going to show you the longer way first. First thing you need to do is go next to this metal chair, line yourself vertically with that right side of the door, and aim the center of your crosshair where the clouds sort of split. And if done correctly, you're going to land inside the left camping spot. And also, if you want a fun way to hit that left camping spot, you can go at the back of the diving board and aim your crosshair the same way I do, meaning lining the bottom of your crosshair with that red line and aiming in the center of the first little pillar thing. But yeah, if you jump and throw your tomahawk at the highest point of your jump, you're going to land inside the window. Now, time for Vorkuta. If you want to aim at this corner, all you have to do is go to this spot and then place your crosshair vertically in the middle of this metal bar while lining the bottom of your crosshair with this roof. So, if done correctly, you're going to land at the back corner. There's also an easy way for you to target this big camping spot. All you have to do is go in this corner and you're going to see a gap in the cloud. Simply line up the bottom of your crosshair with that gap and just aim at the ping on top of your compass to know where to aim. So yeah, no matter where you aimed, as long as you follow the lineup, you should be able to always hit the camping spot. And a little bonus spot, if you want to hit that middle camping spot, all you have to do is go in front of this wall, look straight up and just throw your tomahawk, same as I do. And you're going to land sort of around that area and you might get someone. Okay, W.M.D time now with a very nice spot on this window. Make your way to this corner and make sure, like Haven, that you're pressing backward and left in that corner. Line the bottom of your tomahawk with this line and this line. And if done correctly, you should land inside the window. Still a chance.
Like there's a Finnish girl up there.
Come on. Yes! And for the last spot of this video, you can target this walkway next to the big camping spot. All you have to do is climb up there, go on top of this railing, just like I do. Line yourself with the A, look straight up, and line the middle of your crosshair with that white metallic part. That will make you land on the walkway, and you can always aim slightly more to the left or right.
Okay. Okay, now the only one has 6.
Okay.
6 and 8.
This last cross map concludes this video. I know I did this video a bit late in Black Ops 6 life cycle, but I'm going to do the same video for Black Ops 7 Infected the moment the mod drops. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.